So yesterday the rams got shorn. Are you guys feeling cooler in there? And BabyBee is going to be cleaning out the stall probably today. Yesterday he did the girls, the used stall. See, everybody's inside because we got some rain this morning, and sorry about that rooster. He's going to a new home soon. But yes, everybody got shorn. I wanted to show you guys our new sheep catching and shoot system. So here it is, and there is the box that it came in. Well, some of it came in. So yeah, I know. So rude. So what this is it is an easily movable fence that we can catch the sheep in, and then accordion it closed, and then through there they feed in. You close this gate and you can kind of sandwich them in there, and then they come through here, and that little gate that you see there keeps them. It's like a one-way spring, so oh, that rooster. So they can come through, but they can't back up because it like blocks. And then there's the guillotine. So the guillotine, can you please, this is farm life. This is farm life. So the guillotine lifts up, and then it kind of lets you let in only a certain number of sheep into this next spot, and then we put them into this cool thing called the spin and trim. And yes, everything's a mess because I mean sheep, but it'll get cleaned up afterwards. See all the leftover wool, all the seconds and stuff on the ground. But this guy actually spins, so you press this pedal, you sandwich them in there, and then this whole thing turns, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so this is this contraption. The sheep comes in, his or her little head gets locked in here, then you sandwich them in with the sides, and you can spin it as I showed you, and then you are able to trim their feet and dose them and everything without, you know, too much work on yourself or like wrangling of the sheep. But anyways, I'm gonna get away from this rude rooster. But anyways, that system is great because what we can do is we can get the goats through down here, and we can catch them as well. We did the rams yesterday, like I mentioned, and then same for the ewes. And you can still hear that rooster going off, but hopefully it's not as loud now. But this thing is great because before it would take so much stress on our bodies and stress on the sheep, trying to corral them and chase them down and get them where we need to go. And now it's all streamlined, and I'm gonna put a little bit of a clip of how it works. I showed that on the Patreon vlog for the second vlog of May, but I'm going to show it to you guys too.
And once they get through that thing,
around.
we might have to play around with where we put the guillotine. You know?
It's a circus ride. How do you?
It's okay. Don't worry on it.
You know, are you ready? You getting ready? Hello, everybody ready? Okay. You're a good boy. Okay, well, you got your sheep?
Yeah.
What's going on the podcast?
We're going to shear it.
Yeah? That one first? That little baby? Oh no! It's not piecing up. Okay, you can try to stuff it in your bucket. And I am super excited because QueenBee and SenBee planted some tomatoes and staked them, and also peppers. Those are peppers. So summer is coming and we will be able to be eating some fresh produce soon. We still have to do the other part of our garden, but they did plant some herbs. Usually we put our other garden back over there where that white fence is. And that's the bunny barn. It's pretty humid today. It isn't as hot because it is really cloudy, but yeah, it rained this morning, so I don't know if the girls are going to be able to shear any more sheep. But yeah, first signs of summer starting. And it's so green and beautiful, and as you can see, we really let our dandelions go, and we really need to oh sorry, put my finger in front of the camera like a newbie, but that's because we have been so busy with shearing and other farm stuff, and also it's good for the bumblebees. Look at all the pretty clover. Then over here we have some later blooming tulips, and they look like they're at their end of their cycle soon. But look at how pretty they are. This is beautiful pink and green shade. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm gonna miss them, but summer blooms are coming. We have little grasshoppers and such hopping around. This is a little garden that we have on the side of one of our garages. Yeah, it needs to be weeded a little bit, but you know, farm life, sometimes things get away from you for a few minutes. But this here is where I usually film when I film outside, so you guys can see the barn in the background and all of that stuff. And maybe I will do that in a couple days. I'm kind of filming this podcast like over a few days, just as I have time to talk to you guys about the stuff that I want to talk to you about. But it's a lovely place to sit because there are always flowers blooming here. And yeah, the lawn needs to be mowed before I do any filming, I guess, outside. But yeah, it's very peaceful. Hello, ladies. Are you having fun in the flowers? Mm-hmm. Doochie. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Caught in the Wool podcast, episode 44. I've already shown you guys a little bit of shearing and some other fun things on the farm, and now, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the new shearing process. So, also, I have the barn in the background. Let it focus. It washes it out because it's trying to focus on me in the shade, but you know. We have some lovely irises blooming in the background, and it's very lovely today. It is a little windy. Hopefully it's not too windy, but yeah, everybody is out and about, and by everybody I mean all the neighbors and stuff, so I might have to like pause a couple of times because I feel a little awkward like sitting out here, and like if my neighbors walk by and I'm just sitting here like talking to the camera. I mean, I know it's like normal in this day and age, but I still feel like I just feel a little weird about it. But anyways, so I have some whips to show you, some FOs to show you. I wanted to film this podcast in segments, kind of like I did last podcast, and kind of like showed you guys different things at different stages, but I decided that there is some horrible like truck driving by. Anyway, I'm getting so distracted. Anyways, hopefully you guys can't hear that, but I'll try to dull the background sound. I can do that on my video editor, but sometimes it makes the foreground sound kind of weird too, so like I'll try to fix it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I wanted to film in segments, but it just didn't end up happening this week. Things have been a little bit crazy, and I feel like I say that in every podcast. The last time I saw you was right before the Maryland Sheep and Wool update, which was an enormous success, and we were very worried about it because last year for virtual Maryland Sheep and Wool, we had done mostly dyed-to-order yarns, so people could choose exactly what they wanted, and that was a very successful update for us, and it really helped us get through the springtime. We were worried this year because we did pretty much, well, everything except for the tonals in our shop and the Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway. Those were all dyed to, or I mean not dyed to order. Those were, everything was ready to ship except for those, which were a pre-order, and then tonals are always dyed to order. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys just there. But yeah, so luckily it was still a very successful update. Thank you so much to everyone who shopped. Shows are a super important part of our business. Regular shop updates, we are starting to be able to rely on those a little bit more, but shows have always been like the core of our income in the past. So you guys supporting us through there, that's great. Thank you, seriously, from the bottom of all of our hearts. Because it went so well, we were able to order that new sheep chute system, catching system that I showed you guys beforehand. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So how that thing works is you catch them in this holding pen that's a little bit more movable, like the fencing isn't as heavy duty as like a regular fencing, and it's not staked into the ground. So you're able to kind of accordion it closed, get them into that little catch semicircle, and then squeeze them through into the chute and then into the spin and trim, which is a nifty contraption. What you do is you put them in there and you you close their head in and you kind of sandwich them between the sides, and then you can spin it so you can trim their hooves and stuff, which makes trimming hooves and all of that stuff, dosing medicine if you have to, way easier, because a lot of times you're fighting the sheep, trying to grab their feet and hold them while they're on the milk stand. I've shown you guys before, there's a video here on our channel called Our Shearing that I posted last year, and that's how we do everything. Like, we'll catch them, we'll put them on the shearing stand, which is technically a milking stand, but we put them up there and we trim them down. So this helps us from having to fight them and hold them and trim their feet at the same time. And it's a little, you know, it's a little less maybe stressful for them too. I don't know, maybe it's is probably equal because they're getting spun around in the thing. I don't imagine that it's really any worse than what they were going through before. They don't like being shorn. I mean, they like it when they start to realize that, oh, I'm starting to cool down and everything, but we also can't, you know, we have to check their feet and dose them with medicine multiple times, especially in the summer. And we don't put them on the milk stand for that. So we are always having to hold them and catch them and try to hold them still and bend over. And that's just a lot of stress on our bodies. It's a lot of stress on them because it's just not a smooth, quick process. And I'll wait for the winds to calm down. Anyways, so, ooh, big spider, get out of here. It's what happens when you film outside. Hopefully the wind doesn't keep picking up and I can actually film, but we will we will see. If there's wind noises, I am so sorry. But yeah, so that is going to help us with, because you have to deworm your sheep and goats several times in the summer. Usually you want to check them every 2 weeks and all of that fun stuff. So this will definitely help us with all of that process. But I also mentioned in the past that we were looking at getting a tractor, and I am sorry to say, but we will not be getting a tractor this year. I don't know, I'm sorry to you guys. I'm sorry for us a little bit. We just, we have found that there is a big shortage on tractors and cars in the USA right now. I don't know if this is worldwide, but it is here in the USA. New ones anyway, and because there are hardly any new ones, then used ones are selling a lot faster as well. We needed a new car too to get to New York Sheep and Wool in the fall. And we did not know this until we looked at tractors. Well, over a week ago, we went and looked at tractors. And we just decided, you know what? We won't get as much use out of it right now as warrants how much we would be paying for it. We have a neighbor farmer down the road who we've been fortunate enough to find and work with, and he's helped us a few times. And it just makes more sense to hire him for the jobs that we need right now than get a big tractor just yet. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. But as it stands right now, that's how that's gonna go. Also, we would only be able to get the tractor that they had on the lot at the time. And it's a little bigger than what we had wanted, so it's quite a bit more money than what we wanted to spend. And we just kind of felt like, I don't know, we felt like we should just wait on it, that it's not the time. But unfortunately, cars are also in a shortage, and we're trying to decide if we weren't sure if we wanted to get another 4Runner. We've had 4Runners for a few years now, and we like our 4Runner, but it's, you know, the cab is a little, you know, it's a little cramped. It tows a good amount, but not as much as like a truck. So we like Toyota. We went to go look at the Toyota dealership. The lot was like empty, and the guy there was like, well, you know, we can go look at the Tacoma. So we went and looked at the Toyota Tacoma or whatever it is, the pickup truck, and it was nice. But you know, it's still cramped in there. We don't really need that back area. Like it would be better for us to have that as cab space, I think. So we were looking at the Sequoia, which is like a Tacoma, but it's like just a big Suburban instead of being like a truck. But it's like, they say it's like the same car, SUV, whatever, but like covered and everything. So there are like up to like eight seats you can have in the thing. But they didn't have any, and we've never driven one, and we've never sat in one. They had a Chevy Tahoe, which is a similar vehicle used on the lot, and we went to go look at that, and QueenBee didn't really like how it felt on the inside. Also, like, now I guess they have changed to oh, more spiders. Please go. Now he wanted to fight me too. He went all like no. Am I sitting in a spider nest? That'll be fun later, getting the spiders out of my hair and stuff. Whatever, it's summer. I'll go do my chores after this and they'll all fly off. Hopefully they don't bite me in the meantime. But, yeah, that's farm life. Spiders. Yay. So, I mean, it's just been tricky. And then the sequoia is so expensive. We're gonna try to see if we can go test drive a used one up in Wisconsin in a few days once they're done being, you know, actually getting them onto the lot and everything. But it's still a big car. We don't know if we really need it. It's way more expensive than another 4Runner, which is what we were originally considering. We might just stick with another 4Runner, but we need a new car because our 4Runner is a 2006. It's well over 200,000 miles on it. It's a wonderful car. We love it, but we don't want to take it on big hauling cross-country trips anymore. We feel like it deserves a life of leisure and retirement now. So we want something that like is definitely you know, newer, able to handle things and won't break down. Our alternator went out right after the last New York Sheep and Wool we went to. So back in 2019 we were leaving, and we were leaving from packing up, and we got to the hotel and everything, and the next morning we were going to go to my alma mater, which is like an hour away from Albany. It's at Williams College in Massachusetts, and we were going to spend the day there, but instead we had to spend the day at a shop because our alternator blew out, and we just don't want to do that on a road trip. Like, it's just not fun. So yeah, we need a new car. But other than that, everything has been going pretty good. Shearing is just, you know, underway. We currently don't have any of our own fiber in the shop right now, and that's because we have, after this year, we'll have 3 years worth of wool that we want to send off to be processed. We never ended up sending anything off last year because of the pandemic. Just made everything kind of weird. 2019, we were moving. Also, sorry, I had to take off my sandals because my feet are falling asleep. So 2019, we were moving the whole year, and that just messed up being able to send off the wool to be processed. And then last year, we were going to combine that shearing and 2019's and send it off, but with the pandemic, like, it was just, it's a lot of money to have your wool processed, and you only get it back once you sell your product. And so we were worried about it. And so it just came around to be this time, 2021. And so I guess we're going to send everything off with 3 years worth, which is fine. It means that we'll get a bigger batch and it'll all be blended together. So it'll be like, it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, other than that, not a ton else. I have been knitting. My health's been doing a little bit better. I have my weird days with my hands, but I have been knitting. I'm not going to show you guys any old projects that we have been working on. I'm just going to show you guys new stuff today. So here is this is one of the Hannah Lou Designs bags that we had for St. Patrick's Day. Isn't it super, super cute? This is her medium drawstring size, and I've been using that for my sock projects instead of the sock sack. I don't know why, I just kind of prefer it. But yes, so we are all fully vaccinated, so we've been going to some shops, some stores recently. We went to Joann Fabrics a couple weeks ago, and we all decided to pick up some Patons yarn and SenBee and BabyBee, and I think even QueenBee all picked up this other brand of yarn I'll show you in a minute. But we all decided to just cast on some fun socks. I finished a pair, and these are definitely like shorty socks. They're not very big, but do you see how baggy they are? Look at how baggy they are on this sock blocker. My feet aren't that wide, so they're kind of like bed socks, and I didn't realize I had made them so loose until I was done with the one. So it is what it is. Part of the reason they're so loose is because I have been having problems with my hands, and I just don't want to knit tightly and be straining them. So my gauge is loosened up. So these were a 64 stitch, just vanilla sock. I just did a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset decrease. And yeah, I mean, they were super cute and fun to knit up. Like, I love this yarn. It's so adorable. The yarn is actually Patons Kroy FX. And they come in 50-gram balls, and the color is Cameo colors. But yeah, so it's kind of like a cool yarn. You can see it's kind of like a hand spun effect. So they dye the yarn first, then spin it, and then ply together. And I love this color because it's a lot like our Claire Outlander colorway. It's like all the same shades, like this peachy pink, blues, and where the pink and the blue ply together, it looks almost periwinkle purple, but it's not. It's just pink and blue if you look up close. It's an illusion. And then it's got a little bit of like a creamish and browns, which are all the colors in Claire. So these are like they look almost like hand-spun Claire socks. And I love them, and they are very cozy. I love the Patons Kroy sock yarn. I know you guys are probably like, Sam, you have so much sock yarn. You have a yarn shop for business. Yes, this is true. But I don't know. I feel a lot of pressure knitting with our sock yarn. Also, by the time I've ever finished anything with our sock yarn, it's like that colorway has gone, and then people are like, I wanna buy that colorway, and I'm like, I don't have it. Let's wait for the wind to calm down. Every time I'm ready to start filming again, a spider comes. But the wind's coming back anyway, so I guess we can take a break. Okay, as I was saying, I'm just gonna fight with the wind and see how it goes. But yeah, so I really like the Patons Kroy, and I didn't want to knit with our own yarn, not only because like of what I was saying, where I'll finish the project way after the yarn is gone, and we don't dye our updates early enough in advance for me to knit something like as a sample of a color. So it's just like all of that, even though you're like, well, just knit it anyway, like who cares? Yes, but for some reason it just has been stressing me out. So I wanted a project that would not stress me out, and some like fairly inexpensive yarn from Joann's was a good option. This is a 75-25 superwash wool and nylon blend, and it's very woolly and lovely. QueenBee has made socks out of this before. And yeah, we each picked up, it comes in 50-gram balls. So we each picked up 2 colors, so 4 balls total. So that was QueenBee, Mom, SenBee, and BabyBee. We all did that. I also picked up this color, which is like a blue. My neighbors just came home. I'm kind of holding it upside down. It is a blue and gray, dark gray, light gray, lighter blue. And so it's going to knit up, I assume, a similar way because that's how it looks like it was done. And I don't know why, it just seemed very like calm and beachy to me, but I didn't cast it on right away after I finished these socks the other night. I decided to wait on that. But yeah, no, these are called cadet colors. That's the colorway for these guys. I had also picked up these Patons yarn balls before. I've never made socks with them, and hair keeps going in my mouth. I never made socks with them yet. QueenBee had made the socks that she got yarn for before, so that's how I knew that I liked how this yarn knit up. And I'm kind of like all over the place talking about this. Anyways, I had picked up colors beforehand, and I went into my stash to see what colors I had. And you know what? These are the exact same colors that I used. So I guess that's good because I consistently liked these colors throughout the years, but I decided that I am going to do a giveaway with these. So wait until the end of the podcast and I will tell you how to enter the giveaway so you can make super cute socks like these and match with me. Because how cute would that be? I thought that would be fun. So I really love these, but I'm not going to make another pair. And also, because I had knit them as like shorty socks, I have like quite a bit of yarn. I should have weighed these before I filmed, but I have quite a bit of yarn from each ball. So, gosh, if you did like, you could probably do heels and toes with both of these and like a whole other set. I don't know. It's quite a bit of yarn. But yeah, if you guys wanted to also know, I knit these. Part of the reason why I think they turned out a little bit wider than how my socks usually do is not only because of my hand and wrist problems I had been having, but also because I knit them on a US 1 or a 2.25 millimeter needle. And I usually have always used zeros for my fingering weight socks, almost always. But I like how fast these knit up. And I immediately used those needles, once I had them free, to put them on another sock project. But I'm not done talking about these because do you know what? My hands have been so annoying that the second sock that I knit, and I did not wait a long time between knitting these. I guess I was just really stressed out that day, and I started knitting tight again, like probably to gauge. I started knitting to gauge like I should have. And my second sock, and I don't even know which one was the first, or this one was the second. I remember the first one had the pink heel. This one was the second sock, and I had knit the foot so tight. And it was good because it fit me better, but I wanted them to match. So I undid it, and then I started knitting loose again. So that's that. But I did cast on another sock project, and this I stash dove, and I got this bowl out. It actually came in, sorry, hair in my mouth, a sock set. And look at this cute color. Oh my gosh, I have such respect for self-striping indie dyers. Like, okay, so look at that, super cute. Finished the cuff, started the leg. I'm not doing shorty socks with these. I think I'm doing like midi socks. These are kind of like mid socks, but usually in the past I've done like an 8-inch leg on my sock. So the cuff and leg combo, like 8 inches. I decided that for this one, I'm going to do a 6-inch leg. Those ones down there are 4-inch, but these I think I'm going to do 6 just so I can get a little bit more striping. I didn't want to do a long leg on those ones either because I just wanted to finish a project. It's been so long since I actually finished a project because I've been like incapacitated from knitting with these hand problems that like I just wanted to get something done. And I don't want to, like, I have short legs. I don't think I need like an 8-inch leg on my socks. Like they always seem a little too long anyway, so I think I'm just gonna do a 6-inch for these. But this yarn, let me get back on topic, is a beautiful 2-ply. It's a 75-25 merino, superwash merino nylon. It came with this 20-gram ball, and it is from Lollipop Yarn Company. Look at the cute logo. I like how happy it is. And this color is Wallflower. And the mini is in colorway Dork. See, when I looked at it, I didn't think I mean, okay, I'm gonna read these names, and it's not a 75-25. I lied. It's an 80-20 merino nylon. It's 410 yards per 100 gram skein. And it's a 25-gram mini. Ooh, so it's not even like a 20-gram. It's like a big mini. So this guy is 102 yards. So I could have probably done the cuff. Whatever. I'm just gonna do the heel and toe with that. So the colors in this ball of yarn is called Nerd, Geek, Loner, Dork, Dweeb, Goofball. And this one is Dork. So that's hilarious. I guess I've never been on their online shop. I actually saw them at SSK back in 2019. So that's where I picked this up, and I picked up another ball too, wool sock set as well. That's a little bit more autumnal color palette, but I thought that this was a lovely spring-like, summery, kind of beachy palette. So I don't know if in my head I'm going to commit to memory the names of those colors, because I feel like it's kind of like just, it's not the vibe I want to feel right now. I don't want to feel like a loner or a dork or a dweeb, but yeah, I'm really liking how this is knitting up. So because my other socks ended up so wide, I decided I'm going to cast on 56 stitches for these guys. Still going to do vanilla socks. I'm basically doing the exact same sock, but with a little bit more leg, and gonna try to make them fit my feet this time. Hopefully my gauge stays consistent and consistently on that looser side. I think it will. Like I said, I normally knit in zeros, and in the past when I've knit on zeros, I've knit pretty tight. So sometimes my socks are a little tighter than I'd prefer. I'd like them a little bit looser, but you know, it is what it is. So I have these housed right now in my Hannah Lou Designs bunny bag that I absolutely adore. All of us bees have one. This was from our spring update, so they're all sold out, but this is, again, a medium-sized bag because I just like mediums. They're a good go-to for shawls or socks. Like I have a ton of room in here. But the benefit is that if I want to bring my Hobonichi Weeks planner with me, it fits in there. If I need to put my mask in there, it fits in there. If I need to put some applesauces for low blood sugar because type 1 diabetic, they fit in there. So it kind of just is like, it's like a good little, it's a good size. I like it. So that's my go-to. But I wanted to show you guys, oh, I should say, these are the ChiaoGoo Red Lace needles, I believe. I don't know what length this cord is. If I have to, like, guesstimate, I would say it's, like, a 32-inch, I think. But, yeah, no, I've never knit on the ChiaoGoo Red Lace. I think that's what they're called, needles. I will link them below. Everybody has sworn by them in the past, and I see why. I absolutely love them. They're so flexible and bendy. They're not too sharp, but they're sharp enough. In the past, I love my Diac Craft needles, but lately, I don't know if they're just like maybe the needle's just a little too short or something for me. It's just, I haven't been jiving with them. I haven't been jiving with them lately. I love them. They're a wonderful company. I love their needles, but just lately, haven't been jiving with socks, I should say. The Heavy Metals are their sock line. I absolutely adore their Woods and their Northern Lights line, which is like a aluminum body needle. Love those. Those are actually my favorite. I love them more than the Woods. Absolutely adore them. But like lately for socks, the Heavy Metals just haven't been jiving with me. So I am super excited that these work. And I'm actually excited that I'm doing less stitches per sock because that means it will knit even faster. So my loose knitting is kind of good because maybe I will finish socks and I'll have some finished projects. And it's kind of annoying because I have so many designs in my head that I want to do. But my problem lately is that I'm worried if my hands get messed up, I won't be able to finish it. I don't know. It's like too much pressure. So for me lately, I am just working on projects to have fun, relax, and get back in my groove of knitting again because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. In the past, I've put so much stress on myself to make designs, come up with like really cool, innovative designs, and I feel like I have, and I'm proud of myself for that. But sometimes the pressure, it's not good for my overall health. I feel like then if I don't have a super successful pattern release or I don't get to finish the pattern design by the time, I feel such a letdown in myself, and I need more positivity. We're trying to make 2021 a positive, very positive, happy year. And sorry about this sun right on my face. Of course, it's hitting my nose and making my nose look like a little like sunny clown. But maybe I'll just come in closer and talk to you guys. That works. Yeah. So we're just choosing joy. That is my motto for 2021: is choose joy. But anyway, I'm going to show you the socks that SenBee and QueenBee are working on. So I mentioned that they also picked up yarn that day at Joann's. QueenBee got this super cute color, and this was the one I was kind of tempted to get. And I'm kind of, keep hitting this on there. I'm kind of irritated that I didn't pick it up because look at how lovely it is and soft and like creamy. It definitely reminds me of coffee and tea and pastries and just cuteness. And I may have to pick up this color for myself and just knit a pair because I'm literally obsessed with how cute it is. And it's so annoying because I was trying to choose between this one and the one I picked up. And I went with the one I picked up, and I already had it in my stash. But you guys are the winners because somebody will get to get those two skeins. And again, giveaway at the end of this podcast, so stick around to hear the details on that. But QueenBee has a little BabyBee's Nifty Notions progress keeper on here. I'm trying to show you guys without the needles being a problem. Ooh. I keep turning it around. It is a little heart latte. So that little red, like enamel gem in the center is a little heart. And this is like a swirly brown, sparkly drink. How cute is that? And I'm kind of bummed I didn't keep one for myself, but you know, that's the theme. That's the theme of my life right now. This Patons Kroy yarn is called, the colorway is called Brown Rose Marl. It's accurate. That is what it looks like. It does look like brown and rose, and it's marled. So they did good with that. That's a good accurate name. I don't know if Cameo colors really captures this one, so I feel like they went wild and out there maybe, and then they went like really safe with this one. And this is being housed in another Hannah Lou Designs bag. And again, QueenBee is knitting these, and she's just doing a vanilla sock. She's also using the US Ones 2.25 millimeter, same exact needles. We actually found them on sale. I think they were on Amazon. I know we shouldn't shop at Amazon as much as we do, but we do, so, you know. Yeah, this is the same exact sock yarn, just a different colorway as the ones I made. Super cute, and the bag that it's being housed in is a custom bag that Hannah did for QueenBee's birthday. So she just made her a matching sock set and big sweater bag, large drawstring, in this cute like bee themed. And look, it's got a little crown, so it's totally QueenBee themed. That's so sweet. And I'm thinking maybe we'll pick up more fabric and have her do a line of QueenBee bags, because I mean, how cute would that be? But we'll see. And then SenBee casted on hers. BabyBee did not cast on her yarn yet because she is doing, she's trying to finish her Mallory seed socks. And I showed those in the last podcast if you want to check those out. But yeah, and oh my goodness! SenBee did not put the tag for this yarn in the bag. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I will link it below, but it is a really cool marling self-striping. We also picked it up at Joann, and it's like sunset colors. It's a lot softer of a yarn than the Patons Kroy. I wouldn't say Patons Kroy is not soft. It just feels a little more rustic. This feels a little bit more like a merino. It probably is merino. And she's got a little BabyBee's Nifty Notions foot stitch marker. So we are doing a shop update in a little over a week. I think it might be 2 weeks we're doing the shop update, and we are doing, I should stay closer anyway so I'm not in the shadow. Like when I back up here, it's kind of gets really dark, but we are doing a beach themed update that I'm super excited about, and BabyBee has a bunch of seashell, beachy, mermaid notions coming out, and same with Hannah Lou Designs has a bunch of really fun bags coming as well, as all the yarns, so you can totally match your yarn and your project bag and your notion. But BabyBee didn't know if anybody would want these feet, and they kind of came in a set of charms. Look at the feet. They're so funny. So she made one for herself and one for SenBee. And she's made, I think, 2 that she's going to put in the shop for the update. So if you want a foot progress keeper, and I told her, you know what you should do is you should do a mermaid tail and a foot and say that they're little mermaid ones, like, you know, the before and after, because that works. But, you know, if you want to think about it that way, that's fine. SenBee is doing the String of Lights sock pattern, and of course my neighbors decided now was a good time to mow their lawn. She is doing the String of Lights pattern, which is one of her absolute favorite patterns by Sock Witchery, friend Lindsay of Sock Witchery Designs, and I will link the pattern below. And yeah, I was thinking about doing this, but like I said, I just wanted an easy project. I just wanted something that I can just knit and watch TV. Don't have to worry about gauge, don't have to worry about purling, don't have to worry about messing it up. And yes, this is a super easy pattern. You don't have to worry about messing it up, but I am so out of the knitting groove that I am like, I'm in the mental, like, the mental state of I just want to do a garter stitch blanket or a garter stitch scarf, because that's how like out of knitting I've been for a while. But yes, this pattern is adorable. It fits really great. She's also knitting these on the 2.25 millimeter, same exact needles as before that I mentioned, that I'm knitting on and QueenBee is knitting on. And that is that for whips and FOs for today. I'm going to be doing another podcast before that beachy yarn update. And I'm super excited about that. We are also working on getting made-to-order merch in our online shop. So like tote bags with the Bee logo and other fun stuff we're working on getting in the shop. It's kind of been a bit of a process. And sometime in June, I am hoping to have all of my patterns reformatted. If you've bought like the pumpkin hat pattern or SenBee's cozy hiker sock pattern or the 2-color gathering shawl has been reformatted. That's the format that I want to stick with for patterns in like going forward. So I'm working on going through all of my old patterns where I kind of have been inconsistent with how I've written things out. And I'm going to try to update them all and put them in our online shop. Before, I had been talking about, for those of you who have been sticking around for a while, you'll know that in the past I've talked about wanting to put our patterns in the online shop. But it was only, digital files would only be good for 24 hours. And I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with people not knowing that and having to do all of that support for people having to get re-email patterns. And I don't even know if you could reissue a link or if I would have to do that all on my own. So I didn't want to touch it. But our e-commerce platform recently made it so the links would be a permanent link that you could always go back to that email and access your digital files. So that is perfect. That's what Ravelry does, so that's what we're going to do. My patterns will still be on Ravelry for those of you guys who are still wanting that. And also, SenBee's patterns are on there as well. I have only done this for my patterns because SenBee's patterns are in a separate store on Ravelry, a separate store. She sells them. But my patterns and the Sock-a-Day socks, which are a SenBee pattern, it's listed in my shop. I don't know. I don't know why that's the case, but I have put out a new sale, and this is going to be a permanent sale that if you buy 3 patterns, you get a 4th one free. So all you have to do is add 4 of my patterns to your cart, and they automatically make the cheapest, least expensive one free. I don't know why they do it with, like, only make it so it's the least expensive one, but that's just how it is. So that is that. You don't need any coupon. It's just automatic. So if you have been thinking about getting patterns, you can do that. And when I list the patterns on our shop, for those of you who don't want to shop through Ravelry anymore, or if you just want to see like suggestions for kits and colorways and automatically be, you know, redirected to a listing for that pattern, I'm going to put a link in there straight to that patterns listing on Ravelry if you do want it listed, like you do want to purchase it through Ravelry and have it in your Ravelry library, because I will not be able to let you add it to your Ravelry library if you purchase it through our online shop instead of Ravelry, if that makes sense. But just a lot of logistics and work to do. But other than that, we are working on finishing up clubs and getting those shipped out. We have gotten almost all of the Maryland sheep and wool orders all done. So even the pre-orders for the Friendship Grows Like a Flower colorway, we packaged a ton of them last night and got them shipped this morning. So they're going out a few weeks in advance. I think we had it as like June 9th was the last day that those might ship. So I'm pretty sure they're all going to be shipping by tomorrow because I'm going to finish packing those tonight. And then I'm going to finish club processing with QueenBee and SenBee and everybody and packaging those and sending those out for May. And yeah, that's that. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me for this podcast and all the fun and background noises. and the bugs flying at my face, and the spider that keeps jumping on this thing, and I have had to knock off 4 or 5 times already. Same spider. I don't know what he wants. But yeah, it's been lovely chatting with you guys, and don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe, hit alerts so that you know when future videos go up. And if you guys are interested, we do have a Patreon that you can pledge. $3 is the minimum pledge amount a month, and for $3 you get early access to all of our shop updates by 1 hour. So when we do ready to ship updates like our Maryland Sheep and Wool update or the Beachy update that we have coming up, Beachy Nautical update, you get an hour access, so you have a much better chance of getting those limited ready to ship items. And we have a new tier that I have mentioned before, but it's only just been around for, I think this was the 3rd month just shipped. This is going to be the 4th month. May is the 4th month we've had it active, is our Llama Bee tier. So we have Bunny Bee is the $3. We have Goat Bee where you get a recipe each month, and Sheep Bee where you get access to once a month knit night, and I think something else. I don't remember off the top of my head, but Llama Bee, you get all of the benefits of Sheep Bee, and you get a skein of yarn exclusively dyed for Llama Bee mailed to you. So that has never before been seen at all. So that is fun and really exciting, and I wish I had this past one to show you guys, but they shipped it off and I wasn't home and I didn't get a chance to take a photo or anything, but it was beachy themed and it was very cute, and hopefully somebody posts a picture on Instagram because I don't have a picture of it. But yeah, so if you liked the podcast and you do want to give us a little bit of support, that is awesome and a great way to do that. And the link is below, the link to our shop and everything, our Ravelry, patterns, everything will be listed down below. And if you want to leave a comment, I absolutely love comments. Speaking of comments, that is how you will enter the giveaway for these 2 yarns, and I will ship them to you for free. So all you have to do is leave a comment and tell me what you are most excited for in summer. And I'm going to pick my favorite answer. It's not going to be randomly chosen. It's just going to be my favorite answer. And I am going to ship these to you. So if you, if I choose you, I will leave a response to your comments. So remember to come back and check. I will draw the winner in 1 week from this video being posted. So in exactly 1 week, come back and check. And if you are the lucky winner, send me an email on bumblebeeacres.com. I will link it in the comment that I send you to tell you that you're a winner, and send me your address and I will send you these. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys enter because those socks are so cute and I want to match with somebody. I'm very excited to match with somebody. And that is all for today. So I will see you guys in a week or 2 with the new updates. And I hope you guys are enjoying the warm weather and the sun. Bye!